Hello everybody, welcome back to Cloudwings Technology. My name is Bahadur and today I'm going to teach you two-tier application deployment. If you have watched all the previous videos, then you can understand today's topic very easily. So let's get start today's topic. So before starting the deployment, I'm going to I'm going to teach you application architecture. So what we have in application architecture. So application architecture will have three components: front end, back end, and database. Right? Front end can have React, Angular. This is we call basically front end tier, web tier. Right? Front end tier, front end, and this is the front end. And in front end you can have Angular or React or Vue as well. There is many front-end technology, and for backend you can have a Node.js or Java, Python, Python or .NET, right? So this technology can be there, right? These are the your backend technology, and in the database tier you can have, this is called database tier, and here you can have MySQL, Postgre, MongoDB, right? Mongo. So these are the database, and this is the backend, and this is the front end. Front end having like this, technology. Backend having like this technology, and your database will have like this kind of technology. So being a DevOps engineer, you are responsible for deploying these three tiers of applications. Today we are going to see only this part, right? Only this part we are going to cover, right? And after and tomorrow or in the next video, we will cover this part. Okay. So if you understand today's topic, then you will be understand three-tier application architecture very easily, right? So guys, in the application, right? So here your front-end application will request your backend, and your backend request will take that your request. And this application at this layer, your web tier, your web layer will having the business logics. So whatever request is ca- is uh, is given by your front end, right? That request is going to process here in the backend, right? Backend is having business logic. Based on that logic, it will request to the database, right? Here, your front end is not going to directly communicate with your database, right? Your front end will communicate directly to with backend only, not database. Database for backend will communicate with your database, right? So here request is going to from front end to backend, backend to database, and then after from the backend from the database, right? Now the response is going to from the database to your backend and backend to the front end. So like this, the application architecture flow works. So this is we call the application architecture. This is we call application architecture, guys. Right. So today we are not going to cover all three tiers because today's topic is to learn how to deploy two-tier application architecture. So in today's video, I am going to teach you here one stack called two tier. For that two tier, I'm going to take one as a backend technology, here our web tier, and here our database tier, right? This is what we need to achieve in today's class. So, what is our tech stack? This is very important. For the web tier or backend, I am going to, for the backend, here, for the backend, I will take Node.js application, right? And for the database, I'm going to take, for the database, I'm going to take Mongo, right? Or guys, here I will uh, share you with you the application code, right? I am having the application. I will share you with you my GitHub repository where I will upload all the application code. Then you will have here as well one thing called Mongo Express. This Mongo Express is an admin UI interface, right? This is a Mongo Express admin UI, right? Sometimes we need to deploy admin UI also. Admin, that's why I'm taking it. Admin UI, right? This is the admin UI, right? So for admin UI, we will have the Mongo Express image, right? Mongo Express image, right? We will use this image to interact with your MongoDB, right? So client, right? We will use one testing tool called Postman in order to test our request is going to database or not, right? So we'll see the demo, right? Don't worry, bear with me. Just in 2 to 3 minutes I will show you the demo. So your friend backend will request your MongoDB and MongoDB will respond to your Node.js applications, right? So here from this UI, right? This is an admin UI, right? This admin UI is going to request with your database, right? This admin UI is going to request. This admin UI is going to request where this admin UI is going to request where actually this is actually going to request. Let me clear it first so you will get the better understanding. So here you can see we have the admin UI, right? So here I'm putting it here. So from the admin UI, you can quickly test the data is coming or not. So from this, you will the request and this will give you responses, right? You can request and it will give you the response as well, right? So this is what our today's topic, and I will show you it in very easy and easy way, in very simple and easy way. Okay. So here we need first backend code and we need to write the Docker file, and we also need one database. So we will use Mongo 4.4, which is the official MongoDB image. And we will have also one Mongo Express image. This is also we have already a ready-made image we will use for that, right? For Mongo and for Mongo Express, right? So we will use these three images in order to deploy the two-tier application architecture. So we need to create one Docker custom image, and we will use two built-in or managed images, right? Which is publicly available on Docker Hub, right? So here what we need to achieve in today's class. So let's understand the today's topic. So before starting the deployment, I will show what you will take away. So here you can see, sorry, I think is hanging. Let me bring that back. So you know how to SSH, guys. If you don't know, let's see. Here I need to give the path of my SSH and I need to give the IP address of my machine. Okay, so yeah, so we have connected to the Ubuntu machine. Hope is my screen clear. So guys, I will show you, right, before teaching you what you will get. I will show you here. Let me show on my browser. We are going to today deploy this application, right? So this Mongo admin interface you will see, and we have the database. Within the database we will insert some record like this. Here you can clearly see we have recorded 2 users, right? So I will provide the application code, guys. The best part of this video is I will give you application code. I will show you a complete end-to-end demonstrations, and if you follow me and do what I am doing as it is, then you will be able to deploy your own applications, right? So, and one more thing, that is, if you able to deploy 2-tier application, 3-tier will be easy for you. Okay, so one thing this is you will get. Then another thing that you will learn, which is Mongo Express. Let me show the Docker images. Yeah, here we have created this Facebook image, right? So this I will delete it for now, and we will learn how to create this our own, right? Then second thing that we are going to show you, which is Docker images. Here we'll also learn how to use this Mongo image and how to use this Mongo Express image, right? So these things you will learn, right? These things you will learn in this tutorial. So guys, for now I'm going to remove everything, right? I'm going to stop everything so you will understand it in more better manner, right? Mongo Express and FT, right? So I am going to delete these 3, right? I am showing you. You can see it is deleted. Yes, we have deleted this. Okay, next I'm also going to delete the Docker images, right? So this is my custom image, and this is these are official and managed images. We'll use these images, so because we will save our time, that's why I'm already pulled that from the registry. Otherwise, at the time of the recording, it takes time to download because my internet is not that much good. So that's why we are using these existing 2 Mongo images. But we are going to, the best part is you are going to learn how to create your custom image, right, for your web tier. So I'm going to remove this image, right? So I'm going to remove this. So the latest version it is going to remove, right? Untagged and deleted. And let me show, is image available or not. You can see the image has deleted. Okay, now next 15 minutes it's going to very important, you guys. So please be careful and be patient. Now from now I'm going to start the actual session that you are waiting. So here first you need one web applications data code base, right? So that thing I will provide you. So for that code I am having already. So let me show the code. I'm showing you that code is there. And so here, yeah, this is code where is my, so this is the place where is the my source code is place, right? So here I will show git remote hyphen version, right? So I will share this my GitHub repository with you guys, so you will use this, and I will show here I have already written one Docker file, right? So you need to also write the Docker file. So you already know how to work with Docker because we have seen in the previous videos all about the writing the Docker files. So by the way, I will show you this Docker file, and then after I will create a Docker image. So you can see we are using Node 20 versions for this source code, and we are setting a working directory as a user src app, and then we are going to copy all the json.json files from source to destinations, right? Then we are going to install, right, whatever the packages in at the time of the image creation. You know, we already know this run command is used to execute at the time of the image creations, and copy is used to copy the file from your host machine to container, right? So from the host machine we are going to copy entire files, source files from the container, and then we are, after copying the source code, we are going to install the packages inside the container, right? So this will make the ready container this will make the image ready to create the containers, right? Then we are going to copy all the source files, right? Whatever the build code generated, that we are going to copy, right, where at this directory, right? Then we are going to expose, right, whatever the we are taking this port number from the container environment. So whenever we see the logs, we can able to see the which port number our application is exposed, right? Then we running the application, right, when cmd is execute at the time of the container creation. So whenever we create a container from the image, so this command will be executed. And I also telling you, right, whenever you create the application, whenever you create the image, this will store as a metadata, right? And when you create the container, this command will execute, right, in order to execute the application. So this is about our Docker file. Hope you have understood, guys, as of now, right? So how many of you know how to create the Docker, right? If you don't know how to create Docker image, then you can go and watch previous video that we have explained in very detail how to create Docker image and what is the tagging, what is the port mapping, all those things we have learned in the previous videos. So now we need to create the Docker image, right? Docker build, right? Docker build -tag. I'm going to give the tag name, right? So here -t, right? So here we need to give the -t, right? So -t for building the this command is used to create a Docker image from the Docker file. So first you have to go inside the project directory where your Docker file is live. Then we have learned about this, so let me show the again. So here is the command docker build -t my image name, and you can give the tag. Then you have to give your Docker file, right, wherever is your Docker file live, right? So we have already learned about the Docker tagging when we learn the Docker tagging, right? So today our main topic is to implement the project node to learn the tagging. Okay, so this command is used to create your Docker image, right? So here now let me fire this command and to create this Docker image, and here we need to give the my image. So I'm going to give this as a Facebook, and I'm going to give this version as a v1, right? Then I will give dot is denoting your Docker file, right? This is going to create a Docker image, right? So you can see this is how it get created. So now I will show you the Docker images, and you will see our version 1 has created which is taking the disk uses, this is 1.12 GB, right? So this is how we have created the Docker image. Now we need to run this Docker image, but first I will create one MongoDB container, then I will create Mongo Express, then we will deploy the Node.js applications, right? So first, if I show you here inside the paint, right? First, we have one Docker file. From that Docker file, from this Docker file, we created one Docker image. From the Docker image, we are going to create or start Docker container, right? So like that, you have the image, Docker file. From that Docker file, you are going to create Docker image, and from that image you are going to create and start container, right? So this is actually the flow which will work, right? Let me put it here. Now this is our flow, right? Now next we need to create one Mongo container, right? So we have the Mongo container, right? For that we will use MongoDB. For that we will use Mongo 4.4, right? Which image we are going to use for creating a Mongo container? This 4.4 version. Okay, so and let's create first this, then we will understand more about the another containers and how they will communicate, right? So here we need to pull first. So let me see, is Mongo images available or not? So Docker images, you can see Mongo 4.4 is already available here. So I will run this Docker image, Docker. So let me show first what parameters we need. So here you will understand it in more better way. So this is not running because now we need to run this is again. So let me go first Docker Hub, right? So in Docker Hub you will see the Mongo image, right? So we have the Mongo. This is our Mongo image, right? And we need this official Mongo image. We are not giving the types. This is the official MongoDB image, right? So what is the Mongo? What it does do? You can learn more about it, right? So we need to understand our need and requirement, right? Here we have the very Mongo official image we need actually. Yeah, this is the Mongo official image. So what parameter do we need? So here you can see, in order to run or create a Mongo container, we need two environmental variables and we need an image name, right? Also we need one network in order to communicate to isolated containers. Okay, so we'll use that. So first I will use this Mongo image, okay, and for that I'm going to create like Docker run Mongo, right? This is, so can we run it is in background? Yes, -d is used to run in background. Can we give image name? Yes, we can give the name. I'm going to give name as a Mongo. Okay, so which version I'm going to use? 4.4. okay, and which network I need? So there already I have created one network, my network. If you don't know about the networking, I have already explained in our playlist. Here we are going to just implement all those concepts that we have learned. So docker run and -d, and we are giving the name as a Mongo, and we are giving the network, right? And we have also created one volume, so I'm also giving the volume, and here I'm giving the Mongo underscore data slash Mongo will be put the data here, data db, right? This is the path where the Mongo will store its volume, right? So we have the Mongo data and we are mapping this as a volume, right? Do we need any port mapping for this? No, as of now we no need. Without port mapping this will run. Okay, network we need and we give the image name. So now very important part is we need to give the environmental variable. This is very important part. So we can take, we need first the initial root username, right? So we'll give this username, okay, and we are copying this, and I'm giving a username as an admin, okay, and I'm also taking this Mongo password, and I will give some password for that. Here I'm giving as an environmental variable. Sorry, okay, sorry, something get. Let me copy this and paste it here, and wait guys, emoji Mongo 4.4, and we give the environmental password, right? So we can take this password from here. Whatever I'm teaching you guys, copy and paste same as I'm doing, right? So here you can give the password admin, right? So we'll use this password and we connect our Mongo container, Mongo Express container, right? So this admin username and password will work at there, right? So let the moment I will enter, it will create one container successfully, and you can see our Docker PS, the container Mongo image 4.4 and has created and running its before 6 seconds ago, right? So now we have already learned about the Docker container policies. So if you don't know about the Docker container, then you can go and watch that video. So I will stop this and I will also give it as an Docker policy as well, right? So for that I'm using this Mongo. I'm removing basically, and I'm also giving it as a initial policies, right? So -, we start unless stop, right? So I'm not explaining about that because I have already discussed in the previous video. If you haven't watched them yet, go and watch, right? By the way, if you don't know, you can skip these things and you will directly run the containers, right? Then I'm entering and enter. Yes, our Mongo container has started. Let me show you Docker. Yes, container is running. Now we need to check is our container is created or not. So for that we will go the Docker execute -it Mongo, right? So Mongo, and you can go also Mongo, right? Yes, our MongoDB has connected, and you can see the data. Show databases okay, something went wrong or not? Show databases, something went wrong. Okay, so we need to give actually the -uname, host name or uname, username is what? Username admin, and -p is for admin, right? So here you give the host admin, password also admin. I think I'm getting user, yes. So show databases, yes, it is showing the databases, right? So guys, this command is used to go inside your MongoDB database shell, right? So you can use this command, right? Like we can go inside shell, right? So yes, we are able to see the databases. So this database we have previously created and we have already the volume. That's why we are getting one database, right? That we have created at the time of the practice. Okay. So let me exit this database. Now we need to create one Mongo Express container. So let me run the Mongo Express docker run and Mongo Express, and this is the name. Can we run it as a detached one? Yes. Can we give it as a name? Yes, we can give. And I'm going to use its latest, so no problem at all. I will use the latest version, right? And for that I will use the net. I will use my network, right, to connect MongoDB and this admin UI container with each other. So if we run it in different network, then it will not work. That's why I'm giving it in the running on that same network, right? So it will work as the router. The network will work as a router or switch or a hub, right, which will connect or supply the network to all the containers, right? Container will be able to communicate because each container is having its own NIC card. That thing we have already learned in the previous videos, right? So here you can see the docker run and -d and hyphen name we are giving, and we are giving the image name as a Mongo Express. Then I'm giving the hyphen net, then we are giving the network name, and here we are giving the your image name, right? Now very important thing is we need to give the environmental variables. So what environmental properties we need, right? So first you have to give the port number, image name. So let me give the port number. Port number is 8080. I'm going to use for this, right? First I will give the port number 8080. Then I will give the environmental variables, right? So what environment properties I will use? Here you can see me config URL. We need to give the Mongo URL first, and we need to tweak something. Let me see here. Our database password is an admin and username is an admin, right? These things we know when we create a Mongo container, right? So this is our protocol. I think this is wrong. Okay, something -a, and let me give it copy it. Okay, I was doing wrong, right? So yeah, this is our first environmental variable, right? Then second environment we will give it from copy from here. We are going to enabling basic auth basically, and I'm copying, just to paste it here. Then after this we will take another environment variable. Let me copy it. You can see guys, what we are doing basically. Here we are taking the basic auth enable, and here we are giving the Mongo URL. This is the connection string that we have to give, right? Then we have the username and we have the password, right? So here you have to give your username, you have to give your password. Let me copy both at once, and I will use both here. Yeah. Don't worry. Here I will remove this. This is the password, right? So what is my password? Password is admin. And what is this is basically environment variable. So let me go and back. Here you can see this is also as an admin, right? This is what username is admin, password is an admin, and image name this. And are this running on same network? Do we need volumes? No, we don't need the volume for this, because this is just an admin UI, right? It is connected to the MongoDB
container. So data will be actually stored where? In the MongoDB container. So here you can see we have run the docker run -d and --name. We are giving Mongo Express name, and we are giving the network as a my network, and we are giving port number and some environmental variables. And so what is the important is port is okay and environmental properties are okay, right? So one thing that I want to give more is this restart policy, right? Unless stop, right? So yeah, now let me enter this. Yes, so our Mongo UI container is going to also start, right? So once it gets started, then we will able to see this should run, right? This should run, right? If everything is going to okay, then it should run. If else something went wrong. So let me first check docker ps, is there anything wrong or not? Yes, has created 25 seconds, and this is running from the last since 7 minutes. Yes, it should started now. Yeah guys, we are able to see this right now. For now, let me, if you like it is running before, so let me remove this docker rm -r and -r. What is the image name? Mongo Express. I'm going to remove this container for your convenience, right? Now you can see docker ps container is not running, and here also you can see container is not running, right? So I will remove this and I will show this is not running, guys, right? So let me run this container and again, so you will see what actually the magic happening. Yes, now we have created, and I will show the docker container is running or not. You can see, yes, it is running. With last 3 seconds ago it get started, right? So now we need to see on the browser. Yes, you can see it is running. As I told, we already have volume, that's why we have one docker volumes, and on that volumes we have one database, right? So we'll store more the users, right? Here you can see we will store one more users. I will show you. Wait. So as of now we have understood how to deploy this docker and how to deploy a Mongo Express, right? So here you can see we have Mongo Express, right? Mongo Express, right? Here you can see Mongo Express has deployed, and this Mongo Express is just nothing but it is an admin UI, right? From this we are going to request and you will get the response, right? So now we need to deploy the backend applications, right? So I am having already the backend code. So I suppose you can think developer has written the code, they push their code to the GitHub repository. Now we will take that code and we will build Docker image and we will deploy that. So now we have to deploy this as well, right? So let me run the Docker images, right? Do we have image or not, right? So first I will check images there or not, then only we will do now. Otherwise how we can see? Yes, we have created this image. Yes, so I will run this image as well. Docker run -d -name I will give as in Facebook, and you can use a port mapping. Application is running on 3000 port, and its name is FB, and it's going to use its V1 version, right? So you can run the Docker run -d -name Facebook FB, right? And port mapping we are giving 3000, right? Because container port is 3000, host port is 3000 also. And in order to communicate with that container, we need to give the networking as well, otherwise it will not work. My network, and also I will give -restart and unless stop. right? So ls stop, right? Or this time I will use always. Okay, let me start this. Okay, something went wrong. Okay, something went wrong is, I think, always. Okay, we need to give this name here, fb. Okay, so docker run -d hyphen name b hyphen net, my network you have to give, and you are giving the restart policy, and you are giving the port number, and then you are giving the image name, right? So guys, this is your image name, right? This fb colon v1, this is your image name. This images you have created, right? Now you can enter. Yes, your image, your Facebook container has also started. You can see the container running or not. Yes, running. Now we need to check everything is working or not, right? So ns lookup, and what is the IP? So 10.57.88.165. If everything is working good, then it should show, right? So IP 165. Okay, and this is actually the port number, and I will show you, don't worry. 165 and 165 colon, and port number is 3000. ns lookup, yes, let me see. ns lookup is not finding what. ns lookup, okay, this is not ns, actually this is ns. Yes, it should give the response if everything is working fine, right? If else it will give you an error, right? Okay, I think something went wrong. Let me go again. Instead of ns lookup, I will ping it is working or not, right? Yes, name server not man, something is going to wrong. Let me show on the browser what actually the problem. We are going to see here. Instead of 80, I am giving 3000, and this is going to, if it is working correctly, then it will give the response, else it will give you an error, right? So I think something is wrong. Docker ps, definitely guys, we have made some mistakes because it also requires some environmental issue. Let me see first, docker has having environment variable or not. Docker execute -it, and I need to print env and grep command, and I will use grep and -e, and I will use some environment variable application is required, right? So that I will use like a port, right? Mongo url, right? Mongo url. So I think something went wrong. Print env -it, what is the container name? fb, right? So yeah, you can see. Yes, wait until the container running, right? So something went wrong. And also let me see the logs as well. I will show last 50 logs of the fb containers. Yes, so our container actually is not running, right? JWT is not finding. Strategy is need some environmental variables. Those variables are not there. That's why we are getting this issue, right? So what should we do? We should pass the environmental variable. So let me stop the container, then we'll start it again. Okay, so you can see we will start this container again. Yes, so this is for the container. Let me see, docker run -d name -fb, and network we are giving restart always, and port mapping also. So here we need to give the -env -file, right? So here I have .env already exists, right? Yeah, this time it will work definitely, because now env it will actually this container is requires some environmental variable. Because of that, it is not going to run. So maybe it is having some problem or not. We'll see why it is taking time. I don't know. I don't know what is the happening. I think something env. Guys, let me show you ls hyphen. Let me show you ls hyphen la. You can see we have the .env file or not. Yes, we have .env file is there. So yeah, definitely we can give it .env files. .env. I think files or file. .env file. Yeah, I think .env file is there. Something went wrong. Okay. Something. Why it is lagging? I don't know. Let me clear this first. I will give it again. I will give just file only. Okay. I don't know why it is taking time. This time it should work. Okay. There is a conflict. So let me remove first this. Then we'll. Yeah. This time it should work. Yes. Docker ps. I will show you the containers running or not. Yes. So our all three containers are running. This is our web tier, and this is our Mongo Express, which is admin UI, and we have also Mongo. This is also running. Here you can see we have given the name these of images containers. Okay, so yeah, this time we'll test it is working or not. And first let me see the container so that we will be confident yes it is working or not. Docker ps. Sorry, we are going to see logs iPhone, and I will see last 20 logs of every container, right? Yes, so this time you can see our container is running and MongoDB has connected get successfully. Yes, so let's see and test what ns it is actually this ns lookup. This is actually the ns lookup. And ns lookup, and I will give the IP address. And what is my IP? This is my 165, and what is the port number is that. Yes, we are getting this time the server and address. So yes, now you can test this. Yeah, we are getting this cannot get, right? And if you are using API or user directly, you can give the users. No users. For that, to test this API, we will use the Mongo. We will use Postman, right? As I told, we will use the Postman as well. So yes, we are going to use this Postman in order to test this, right? So I'm going to open the Postman. Guys, if you are feeling boring, please take 1 or 2 glass water and take 5 or 10 minutes break, then watch this video again, right? Because if you watch this video, then you will get the real time scenario. This is a real time deployment, guys, right? People will do exact like this in the company, right? You will not see apart from this, right? So here we have the API collections, and I need to see first my environment. So I have created one environment. Yes, environment is okay, and so I will switch the environment as in DevOps, and I will create one more user. But before that, I have already one user, right? Because this is the magic of our volumes, right? That we have already learned in our previous videos, right? So yes, we are able to log in, and we can if I copy this token and go inside user, and if I give the okay, let me go authorization barrier token. If I give the refresh token and make the request, I think we need to communicate with the development team what exactly they need. JWT barrier token, JWT barrier, I think. No, barrier token, I think. Okay, so barrier user, they need get. Okay, I don't know what is the problem with that. By the way, our application has deployed because we are able to log in. And let me create one more user for that. And here info, Let me call it this is cloudwings@gmail.com and 123. So I'm giving is as an Jamie or Lily, and just info.lily, right? And password is same, right? So we are going to create one more user, right? So this is telling the validation fail. The name is required minimum 5 credits. So, okay, so name is very Lily123. I'm going to give, and let me request. Yes, we are able to successfully create one user. Let me see, is this is stored inside database or not. So for that we have already here the admin UI, so admin can see, right? This is what why we are create one more extra container, because of to see the data is coming or not correctly. That's why we have this. Okay, so let's see inside that hospital DB and see what is inside that. So as of now we have created one more user. So, and earlier we have only 2 users. If there is a 3 user, that means everything is working fine. I don't know why it is lagging, guys. I don't know why it is lagging, but it should open. It should open. Let me go into another. Okay, let one. Okay, it should work, guys. It should work. We no need. I think my processor memory is taking more. Yeah, it is working now. Let me go inside this database, and you can see we have this database is having users table. In this user table there should be 3 users, right? There should be 3 users. 2 users was already there, and one user we have created as of now. Why it is buffering? I don't know why it is buffering. Let it buffer. Yeah, guys, you can see now the user has cam. Yeah, the user we have created Lily, right? So Lily has also cam. Yes, that means our MongoDB and backend deployment working successfully, right? Now if you do this, then 3-tier will be easy, because now you have to only give this URL to your front-end application. Which URL? This URL, right? This URL you have to give your front-end developer, and the developer will integrate that with your front-end applications. Okay, so I'll request to you, you can try yourself to deploying the 3-tier application, and we will meet in the next video, and there I will teach you how to deploy 3-tier application as well. So this video is going to be very lengthy. So for now I'm going to stop today's video. Thank you.